Welcome everyone. This is episode 8 of Damn That's Good with Big Salinas Barbecue. I'm your host, Randy Salinas, joined by our amazing producer, Chris Bustos. This episode is going to be fun. It's going to be a little bit of a long one as we have a guest and a special guest coming on a little later in the episode. So stay tuned for those. We're going to highlight their products and let them talk about what they've got and what their plans are for 2021. So, Jennifer, you just want to recap what we went over in the last episode?
All right, yeah. Hey. Junior here. We went over basically some tips and tricks for the winter storm. Randy gave a nice little how to make a steak into a heart, which that could be used anytime. You don't necessarily have to use it right now. We went over just some Q&As and some places that we like to eat and try. And of course, we have our shirts on sale. We also kind of teased the launching of a new website, bigsalinasbarbecue.com. Proud to announce my wife and I worked really hard on it, and we got that launched. So Big Salinas Barbecue has a new website out there, new facelift that it hit. So go ahead, go out there, check it out. Of course, you can get all your barbecue needs there as well. But like Randy said, we got a long episode. Let's get to it. Real quick though, just a little shout out here to the where my wife works, Leadership Prep Academy or charter school right here in Frisco. They lost a great dear member over last weekend. Was laid to rest yesterday, Courtney Yarbrough. So they've been throwing up the Texas signs to hook them. So we're gonna hook them for COVID, get rid of COVID. I know we've had people that have died in this. Chris had it. I think his family all got it. I've had it. So we're trying to just, like I said, stay safe out there. So if you knew somebody that died, throw up that hook 'em horns out there. You don't have to like Texas, but we're just saying to hook them to get rid of COVID and keep everybody safe.
Yeah,
But
certainly. Rest in peace to Courtney and everyone who's lost a loved one during COVID.
So we're doing it right here. If you see on YouTube, we're doing it. Go check us out on YouTube. Also, when you're at the new site too, as well, you got all our social links: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, of course, YouTube again. We're also on TikTok. So go check us out there. And those are places you can find some good deals out there. Randy, tell us about some of those deals they can find if they go check us out.
Yeah, just follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, even TikTok. There's specials we'll give each month, maybe even each day, each week. So just follow us on there. You can also just go to bigsalinasbarbecue.com. We'll have the whatever special we got going on. So just stay tuned for those. And of course, we did pick up a couple new sponsors. Mad Cow Cutlery. You can check them out, madcowcutlery.com, and Thermopro. They're going to be sponsoring Big Salinas Barbecue uh, podcast and the competition team. And of course, our other sponsors, Holy Smoke Spice Company, Brothers Keepers Barbecue for all your drum needs. And I think that's it. And of course, Big Salinas Barbecue.
Of course, of course. Also, go check us out. Like I said, on the homepage under the About Us section, there's a spot for recipes. Go out there. It'll click you to where you can buy products, but it'll take you to the recipes section of that page, and you can see some recipes. If you have one, hey, I know this. You have a great thing out there. About to meet with one that loves to cook and use our products, so I'm going to tell them to share some of those recipes out with the world. Definitely share those out. To us. I do want to kind of do we have any let's get to some small business recognition. You got one, Randy?
Yeah, so the one we're just going to do one each episode. We have a long list to go through so that way we're not wasting everybody's time with it. But we're going to shout out one small business each. So the one I have for today is let's see, Wicker's Mesquite Smoked Jelly. Wes Welker and his wife, they make mesquite smoked jalapeno jelly. They're based out of Fort Worth, but originally from Lubbock. They go up there about every month or so, or every other month. They have about 20 small mom and pop shops that you can get them in. I believe they're in Char 380 up here in North Texas. But you can also go to wickerstx.com. That's WICKERSTX.com. He said it's great on cream cheese, crackers, makes excellent meat glaze on chicken breast, pork chops, ribs, etc. And of course, check him out on Facebook, Instagram at Wickers Texas TX.
All right. That's a good one. I've got one here too. And again, these small businesses don't necessarily have to be barbecue stuff. If you have a business or you know somebody you want a business and you want to help them out, shoot us an email through the website or let us know through Facebook, and we'll definitely give them a shout out. I got one here. It's a photography one. Maybe we know somebody, Chris, that's getting married. And it's Marvin Blue Photography. He does great work. A lot of his stuff is in magazines. So he's going to be a little there, but does great work. You can check him out on Facebook at, again, Marvin Blue Photography or marvinbluephotography.com. You can reach out to him by his phone, 817-939-6230. You can instant message him, email him at marvinbluephotography.com. Tell him Junior sent you. He will know what it is. He'll help you out. And he does everything. I mean, he does weddings. He does parties. He's done my photos for Eden when we had baby photos when she was first born, and they look amazing. So check him out. He has a small business. He's looking to, like I said, you want somebody to take good pictures. It's going to take very good care of you. He's the man for you, and he would definitely take care of you. If not, let me know, and I'll take care of him myself. But again, Marvin Blue Photography, check it out. And again, those small businesses, keep those coming. We absolutely love it. We love helping out our fellow small business person. So as we continue down this road, Randy, what's new? How did sales go? Pretty good yesterday for the selling yesterday on Saturday? I heard you sold out.
Yeah, we eventually sold out of everything. So really the next month or so, we're going to be pretty busy on the weekends cooking something. But like I tell people, customers come first. I mean, y'all keep us busy. We don't mind it. So it's something, I love and enjoy doing, staying up all night, losing sleep to get some delicious barbecue.
Absolutely. That's what it is. I saw some of those pictures. Man, it looked good. Had my mouth watering on it as well. Just like I said, keep those coming. Keep the orders coming in for them. Let them know you want something during the week. Hey, let him know a day or so ahead of time. And he definitely can cook it, and he can deliver it for you. Take it to your house, your work. We're not afraid to do it. If you know you got somebody looking to cater as well, definitely keep those catering as well, because that's one thing we love to do. That's, like I said, you'll see it if you go check out the new website. You'll see that's kind of our backbone. Yeah, we like competing. Yeah, we like selling sauce and making rubs, but at the end of the day, we love just kind of catering for a wedding or a party or whatever. That's just something that brings us a little bit more joy and stuff. But we're going to take here a quick break, and I do mean quick, and we will be right back with an interview that we have coming up.
Yeah, I hope all of our listeners, it turned out well for all of our listeners. I know that, my folks and everybody, they live by the number 3 fire station. So they were on a grid that had power the entire time. No pipes bursted. So just want to wish the entire familia well wishes during this hard time.
Absolutely. What about you? I know you had some power issues, right, Dean?
Yeah, for like 3 straight days, we had rolling power blackouts. So it would be like we'd have power for anywhere from like 15 to 45 minutes, and then we wouldn't have power from anywhere from like 30 to an hour or two. So we didn't freeze or anything, but the electricity bill is going to be crazy because it had gotta work extra hard to keep heating everything up.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
these politicians come through, man.
So my new thing is what I got for one of my Christmas gifts from my parents was this Halo battery thing. You can use it to jump off a car.
Okay.
It's a little battery pack, And so I used that to charge a Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
And so I played about 48 hours of Breath of the Wild, the Zelda game.
Okay.
Or Link, I guess. I haven't found Zelda in the game yet, but that's how most of those games are. So,
Right.
Yeah, so I've been playing that. Just kind of sat there underneath the blankets, and whenever the Switch would die, I would put it on this Halo battery charger. And I played about 48 hours of that game and still have not gotten halfway done.
Yeah.
Which is
crazy.
a testament to how not good I am at video games. It's lots of getting killed and restarts. Stuff like that.
You got to practice, my friend.
I don't know if I was ever in practice for sure. I have not found a video.
And welcome back, everyone. We have our first guest, Omar Charles of El Chingon Glazes. So, Omar, why don't you tell people who you are and how you got started in barbecue?
Hey, what's going on, guys? We got started back probably about 10 years ago. My dad had cooking skater all the time, and we decided to go ahead and start a cooking team. And of course, just like everything, we had a hard time in the beginning. Probably started doing good. So we've been with the team about 2 years. We formerly used to be called Season Diction Cookers, and then those are the old cookers. And now that we started the base company, we're under Chingon Cookers now.
And how did El Chingon Glazes get started? How did that come about?
This last year, me and my wife sat down, and you know how it goes. Every year, sometimes you spend all kinds of money on products every weekend. Sometimes kind of expensive, So we decided to come out with a little recipe. It took about 4 months, 5 months to finally tweak it to perfection to our likings, and we let a couple big teams try them out, and from there we've been booming, man. Thank God we've been blessed with a great product, and the majority of people are using it right now. Just like they're using big something like barbecue.
Yeah, and I saw you're at a kickoff today. For those who are not watching on YouTube and just listening to the podcast, he was also at a kickoff yesterday. So why don't you tell us how yesterday went?
Yeah, yesterday we were at the first CPA invitation kickoff here in Chingon, Texas, and we took the drive out there. It was categories of chicken ribs, brisket, and pork. We liked everything except our pork. It's the first time that we do pork turning. I was happy with my turning, and the judges weren't too happy with the either. But thank God we were able to walk with 3rd place chicken, 4th place brisket, right? Yeah, 4th place brisket, and 5th place ribs. Got a 5th overall out of 30 straight teams out there, man, from all over Texas. And today we're at the Don Rolando Invitational Cook-Off. 1-day event, chicken, fajitas, and ribs. We'll see how we do today. Hopefully we can let you do today, man. Yes, sir.
Grand champion today. I'm feeling it.
Certainly yesterday,
I hope so.
That'd be that'll top off the weekend for sure.
First CBA cook-off, we got 5th overall. Oh yeah, for sure, man. It's great. Fred Robles, he did a badass job on that event. So if anybody out there has done CBA cook-off, I recommend it. It's a great event. He takes care of his cook. He paid top 5 overall yesterday, so we got a little money out of that too. So pretty good.
It's just starting out. For those who don't know, Champions Barbecue Alliance, check them out on Facebook. They're just starting out. They're getting, I think, the next one's in the Valley. I know he's got more coming around the Houston area, probably North Texas, hopefully. But if you got a kickoff you want to do or start, hit him up. Certainly that'd be a good way to get into it. So let's just dive in. Let's talk about your glazes. What all glazes do you got?
Right now, we have peach mango habanero, cherry habanero, cherry apple, peach, pineapple, green apple. That's it. And 7 flavors in total. I think I caught all of them out. And probably here in about a month, we're coming out. There's been a glaze that we've been running, and not too many people know about it. It's a great habanero. It's been doing, real good, man. Real good in the cooking circuit right now. Like I said, we've been blessed. I think 50% of people here at the cook-off are using my glazes. So yeah.
Yeah, and you start. I know Chris mentioned that he's starting to see more and more people post about it. You know, we certainly use it and we love it. What's your favorite glaze out of all of them? If you had to pick one.
Man, my favorite one. Oh, man, that's kind of hard to say. I would say peach mango. Peach mango. I've been running
Mango.
that on my chicken for quite a while, and we've been getting a few watts. You know, my second one is cherry apple,
Okay.
and of course the grape. So the grape, um, it's not out for sale yet, so it'll be out probably about a month or two. We'll put it out there. Yeah, we got a free flavor coming out. We're probably gonna release one every other month or so.
Okay.
So we'll
And how did
see how that goes.
and when you come up with these flavors, does it just kind of hit you in your head, or is there someone coming to you saying, "What
Yeah,
about this?"
so this is the creator of it right here. My wife, she's the one that gets down with everything. You know, I gotta give her credit. I started the recipe, she tweaked it to perfection, and like if you call and let us know, hey man, give us a great flavor. That's how that one came out. One of the good actors, and she made it. She came out with it, came out badass. She actually has the strawberry kiwi one that we still haven't ran in the system yet. So we probably start running next week or 2 weeks. See how that one does.
Okay. So
Yeah,
now,
you know.
so are you going to run it first and see how it does for you, and then
Yeah,
start giving
see
out
how it
to
does
other
for me.
people?
I got probably about two, three other teams that normally I give them a bottle of each new flavor that comes out. They let me know what they think about it, you know.
Okay.
And we'll go from there to see if we're gonna bring it out or we're just gonna leave it in. It all depends on the other cooks too. I like getting feedback from other people as well.
Oh yeah. And of course, I know you had one question that I told you about. Uh, and this come
What's
from
different?
Instagram. Yeah, what's the difference between Cosmos Q, Texas pepper jelly, and your product? If you had to say something.
And you know, it's kind of hard to say because they're all great products. To be honest with you, before I came up with mine, that's all I eat. Drip candy, you know. Drip candy's great product. Drip candy's great guys. Um, separates them, man. I don't know. To be honest, it's shout out to the cooks, I guess, the ones that use it. You know, I don't know. The only thing that we do differently is to only we use actual fruit to make our products. But like I said, they're all great products. If I didn't have my products at a cook off, I would carry an extra bottle of pepper jelly. So that's where we go by that. So we got I don't know if y'all know RJ out of Brownsville, Texas. He's out here right
Oh
now. I
yeah.
don't know if you know him, Randy. Yeah, but guys, all three products are great, bro. All three products are great. I guess
Yeah.
it's everybody's opinion. See what's the difference, you know?
What's
Yeah,
with
and of
these
course
tough
for people
questions like
that
that?
haven't. Yeah. I
What's that?
mean, hey, sometimes you got to answer those tough
Yeah, what are those
questions.
tough questions? You can't put that man on the
Yeah,
spot like that. He trying to
yeah,
keep everybody keep the good vibes coming to him.
yeah. You gotta be positive with everybody, man. You know how that goes. Like that, yeah. Whenever you give me that mention, I was like, damn, that's kind of a tough question to answer.
I got you,
You
man. I got you.
No, I mean, and it wasn't coming from me. Like I said, it came from someone on
yeah,
Instagram asking.
yeah. I see it. I see that.
But,
But
I
yeah,
mean, if they got
now,
questions, we're gonna ask those hard hitting questions that got it.
oh,
But
most definitely, yes, sir.
but I mean,
Yeah,
for those who haven't tried it yet, I mean, from my personal experience, I've tried all three. It's your stuff is more. You can taste more of the flavor in it. So if it says
yes,
peach, it's gonna taste the peach. If it says mango, you're gonna have the mango. I can only bet for that grape, you can probably taste that grape coming right out.
yeah. That the
So
grape is awesome, man. So,
yeah.
you know about the grape? The
Ooh.
grape. Like I got a little bit that I brought today just to run it. And you can see I still have them in squeeze bottles. I don't even have them
Oh
in
yeah, that thing
regular
is
bottles
gone.
yet. Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we're gonna give it all we can today. See how it goes. We got. We're part of the App Mafia. We got App Mafia over in that corner too. You can see them with the flag.
Yeah.
We got Michelle Castillo out here cooking. Charlie Keys cooking. It's gonna be a one-headed cook off today,
Oh yeah. Now, for those who maybe are looking to get it in a store, is there you having any stores right
man.
now that
Right
sell your
now,
products?
right now we're at the barbecue store in Houston, Texas. Or you can reach us through Glazes on Facebook or Instagram. Normally, my wife one that takes all the orders in those social media stuff like that. And we ship out within 3 days, 2 days. They receive them. The Glazes. Yeah. Yeah, 2 to 3 days. Not depends how far you are. Monday we got to ship out to New Mexico. We already shipped out to North Carolina, Michigan, Brownsville. We've been shipping all over for the past 2-3 weeks. It's a blessing. I didn't think it was gonna blow up that big, you know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Another thing that I can tell everybody, and I've told you too, Randy, my Glazes mix perfect with your Salinas sauce, man. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. I mean, the best ribs I cooked at any cook-off was the one we did, last month or so.
Yeah.
Up there with you. I mean, I'm telling you, I put, I want to say the peach
cherry or something
habanero,
like that. Yeah.
yeah, peach and cherry. I mixed them both with the original sauce in there. Man,
Yeah.
we
Came out
mixed
good,
both
huh?
of them with that original. Yeah, come out good.
That's sweet.
I mean, the judges didn't like it, but you know what? Hey, we loved it.
Hey, it was a tough competition. I didn't get off my seat that cook off either, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I made up for it. I made up for it yesterday, though. I made up for it yesterday.
Yeah.
There you go.
But guys, that's what I'm running today. I'm running
That's the way it goes.
I'm running peach mango on my chicken, running cherry habanero on my ribs today.
Okay. So, and then lastly, before we let you go and get back to that cook-off, is there anybody you want to thank along the way?
Man, you know what? I do. My wife, Dinah, my dad always showed me support since day one. Adam and Michelle, Adam Martinez and Michelle Castillo with Ann Potters. Tom and Belle Clark from CCO Good Boys Barbecue. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be where we're at right now. And of course, everybody that has supported since day one, yourself. You know, whenever I started asking questions, you didn't mind telling me how things went when I started bothering myself, stuff like that. Yeah, I appreciate everybody that's been there, helped us out since day one, man. We really do. Sure.
Yeah, and like I tell you, man, this is we're trying to grow ourselves, but we want to take everybody else with us. I mean, the barbecue world, for those who don't know, is a big world. We all can get a piece of the pie.
Exactly.
We all can get it.
Okay.
But certainly, thank you for coming on. We appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you down the road. We can't wait to see what you do today.
I appreciate it, Randy, man. Have a good one.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck.
I appreciate it, brother.
Uh-huh.
And when we come back from the break, we're going to take a little short break. When we come back, we're going to have a special guest come on, David Newton with Blazing Bones Barbecue. So stay tuned. And here is a little clip from Hurry Up and Wait.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, man. And you're definitely putting him to good use, man. We were just talking a little bit about you guys further north dropped that Pop Goes Punk single.
Oh, yeah.
The cover of the MCR song, and I've been listening to it on repeat, bro. It's so I love it.
I see you lying next to me with words I thought I'd never speak, awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. 'Cause I see you lying next to me with words I thought I'd never speak, awake and unafraid.
Thank you, man. Like, that was a lot of fun. Just threw it together, and I like the rendition that we did, because at that point, I've taught that song.
Oh, really?
Via the School of Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So but I've never actually listened to it. Like, hey, you're gonna play this or play something. So I like what they did with it, especially like the back end, with all the vocal tracks.
Oh yeah.
There's someone like 70 something vocal tracks on that.
That's crazy.
Was it on the set list tonight?
No, no, they're not playing tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight's just Loyal Sally and
it's Loyal Sally and
FNAs.
FNAs. That's right.
I am ready for a Further North show. I've only done
How
one
cool
Further
that.
North show.
That'd be awesome if you get like
I've seen
all
Steve
three of your bands all in one bill. That'd be nuts. I don't know if this is a stamina. I'm sure you got it, but that's like your own 311 day.
That would be. I've wanted to do that for a minute now. I was trying to talk to Gino Y'all remember Gino Lock Johnson?
Yeah.
Well, he's now like the GM over at the Freeman.
Right.
So
that's awesome.
I've been talking to him about possibly putting together a Loyal Sally and FNA night, and the way that they do it, each band pretty much would get like an hour and a half, which is pretty dope, as opposed to like a 45.
Cool.
Welcome back, everyone. Now we have guest David Newton of Blazing Bones Barbecue. So David, go ahead and just introduce yourself and tell the people how you got started in barbecue.
Well, hey, everybody. Thanks, Randy, for having me. My name is David. I'm with Blazing Bones Barbecue. We are a catering company and a spice company. Got started in competition barbecue about 5 years ago and was hooked immediately. So got to tour around with some of the best cooks out there. Got my butt kicked a few times and definitely learned some tips along the way.
Oh yeah, and then how did Blazing Bones come about? Like, what made you want to start your own spice company?
Well, actually, COVID had a lot to do with that. In January of 2020, we started the catering side. Created Blazing Bones, and it was just going to be a catering thing on the side, just a little extra cash, and picked up a few events. Everything was really exciting, and then COVID hit, and one by one those events canceled. So we didn't want all the hard work of the new brand to go away. We knew that we could take advantage of everybody kind of glued to their phones while they're on lockdown. So we hit hard with social media marketing and presented some of the flavors that we cook with, and came up with some wing seasonings, which are pretty rare. And it took off from there. I mean, we got a real good feedback and a real good support system from that.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean with COVID, canceling events and stuff like that. It's kind of throws you into a loop. But I mean, how many products you got out there now? I know you got quite a bit.
Yeah, so we have 4 wing seasonings, 4 different flavors of wing seasonings. We have a barbecue, a spicy garlic, a zesty lemon, and then we have what's called Super Bird, which is like an herbal barbecue fusion.
Yeah.
So those are our 4 main consistent flavors. We just came out with a new beef and wild game blend called No Mistake. It's a salt and pepper seasoning. It's not your typical SPG. There's a lot of herbal undertones to it. There's good flavor depth to it. It's fantastic on venison. We have some small batch stuff that we make. We have a Dirty South line, which is more or less pork and rib rubs. One of them is a peach habanero mixture. Another one is a black cherry chipotle mixture. And we have some dips. We have what's called the Sweet Heat Dirty Dip, and it is just a pouch that you dump into some sour cream and take it to your party. It's real easy to use. So that's what we've got now with lots in the pipeline.
And let's just kind of, with your barbecue bones, what's that flavor profile on there? Someone just got it and asked you.
I have a lot of people that compare it to barbecue chips. I mean, it is just your typical barbecue flavor. Okay. Nothing incredibly special about it other than it's a very simple barbecue flavor. And then, that you can get with a dry rub without having to use barbecue sauce.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. Like I posted, I used it mostly on like beef. I mean, when I make my sausage biscuit in the morning, that's kind of what I put on it to give it that extra kick on it.
Well, they are marketed as wing rubs, but they are really all-purpose. You can use them on anything other than wings.
Okay. And then, of course, you got your zesty lemon. Is that more like a lemon pepper, but with more zest on it?
Well, so we're actually changing the formula a little bit. It is now going to be made with true lemon instead of a lemon powder. So it's going to have a little bit more tart to it, but it's a true lemon and peppers. Okay, so it's not just lemon pepper. It's got some onion in it. It's got several different peppers in it to give it a little bit of a zing.
Okay. So the changes is going to make it even better than what it already is.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And then you got your spicy garlic. What's that profile on that one?
That is very much like your standard, SPG rub. It's salt, pepper, garlic with some extra heat. And the ratios are favoring the garlic a little more than the salt and pepper, so you can use it. People inside the home who cook indoors aren't really scared of using something. Typically, your SPGs are very high in sodium. This one is not. So it favors the garlic more than the salt and pepper.
Okay. And then with 2021, what was the goal coming in 2021 for you and your family?
Well, actually, it's funny you say that because as of February of 2021, I actually took the dive and left my full-time job to do this. So, I mean, we've had incredible support and just really excited to see where it goes this year. I know that we are going to be entering Quest for Texas Best, see what happens there with HEB. And we've had the opportunity to partner up with quite a few local meat markets and barbecue stores, actually all over the U.S. So I say local, but they're not all local to me, but just smaller shops in their community. So,
and then expanding on that, how many? What all stores are you currently in?
Right now, I know that I think we still have some products over at Chard 380. It's been a little bit since they've reordered, but Chard 380 up in McKinney. I have Smitty's Meat Market out here in Tomball, Texas. There is a little boutique. They do like they sell antiques. They sell craft stuff. It's just a little family-owned boutique, but they do have some seasonings in there, and they were really eager to put that up there for us. So they're called The Market, and they're out in Tomball as well. We have Mazjak's Meat Market up in Conroe. We have Clayton's Meat Market down in Portland, and they actually started pre-seasoning a lot of their meats with our stuff. We actually have a namesake, Blazin' Bones pork chop. So it's kind of cool that they were working with us with that. But they're down in Portland, Texas. We're at Off the Hook Meat Shop in Goodyear, Arizona. Premier Barbecue and Fire in Las Vegas. There's a Blue Star Meat Company out in Holland, Michigan. Zionstra Farms, I think that's Plainview, Michigan, I believe. I think that's it for right now. I know we're in conversations with quite a few others all over the place, but I'm pretty sure that's what we've got lined up so far.
And then they can also go online and order directly from you, right?
Yes, they can order from us at www.blazinbones.com. And we also have a couple of distributors throughout. You can go to the Dirty Barbecue, dirtysouthbarbecue.com. He's one of the distributors that I have. He's actually based out of North Carolina. He makes his own hot sauces, but he carries the seasonings on his website. And then there is, it's kind of a funny name. It's called Just Ya Tip Barbecue. He's out of Florida. He has a website up as well that you can order the seasonings on. And then we have another gentleman out near Corpus. He's starting up a website called Spice Recon, and he's going to be carrying it as well.
Okay. And then what's the goal for you coming for 2021 and beyond? Like looking at it, if you had to say, we want to do this in the next year or two.
Well, so here's the deal. Blazin' Bones was really a creative outlet for me. I didn't really expect it to become a full-time job so quickly. Our ultimate goal is brand awareness so we can open a restaurant eventually someday. The spices aren't really the end all. I'm not looking to be the next McCormick's, okay? But if it happens, that's pretty cool. more or less what we've done is we actually, if you look at our bottles, we take a portion of our proceeds and we donate it to the 2026 Foundation. They have a feeding ministry called Loaves and Briskets, and they just partner up with different community organizations and fire up the grill and just feed people. And this is more or less a way for me to help fund it and be involved with it. And that is my goal this year, is to get that going more and more using this.
Okay. So it's just basically, it just started out as a catering company and the seasonings came in and they're just trying to expand on the catering part.
Yep, it's a great creative outlet for me. I get to put together some seasonings. I get to put together different flavors and see people's reactions. So I have a lot of fun with that, you know, graphic design and marketing and all that as you learn along the way. That's a great creative outlet, but the main thing is to be able to help fund that ministry and be involved with it. So that is really my goal this year, is to just keep that going, you know, grow this, but in essence, to keep that going.
And then what's your favorite thing to cook? Whether it's on the grill, smoker, oven, whatever it is, what's the one thing that you love cooking?
All right. Well, all my barbecue friends are going to laugh at me because my favorite thing for Christmas, I got me an air fryer. Okay. My favorite thing to do is throw wings in an air fryer. It's super simple. I can use the seasonings. You know, I don't have to fire up the grill, but that is probably my favorite thing to do right now, just because it's simple. And I get to play around with a whole bunch of stuff and eat some wings. But really, in essence, I think if I were to look at, you know, grilling or smoking or anything like that, ribs are my go-to. I absolutely love eating them. I love cooking them. That's it, especially with your sauce on there.
Oh yeah, you is it pork? You like the spare ribs, baby back ribs, or beef ribs? Which one is your?
Oh,
favorite?
I'm a spare ribs guy.
Okay.
I like the spare ribs.
Same here. I mean, occasionally I'll cook some beef ribs, but I mean you got to be hungry to eat a whole bone off of that. I mean,
it's very rich. By the time I finish one, I'm good for a couple of weeks. I don't need any more. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then let's say someone wanted to someone message you and says, "Hey, I want to try your stuff. What's something you'd highly recommend, and what can I cook with it? Like what seasoning would you recommend?"
Okay. Well, if you've never tried any of it before, and you're not looking to make wings, you're just looking to think outside the box. Our number one seller is our spicy garlic. It's just very, very versatile. I use it not only on the wings, but it's actually replaced my salt and pepper at home. So I'll sprinkle it on mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, vegetables, whatever we're making. It's fantastic on eggs. I use it as a base layer on all my, you know, brisket, steaks, burgers, you know, ribs. It's a base layer in pretty much everything that I cook. And, or you can just use it by itself. You know, I made some, I always knew them as Argentinian cross-cut ribs, but I think I think the label had like flanken ribs or something like that on there. The little beef, they look like little riblets. They're basically cross-cut short ribs.
Oh, okay.
And I just seasoned them up with spicy garlic and a little bit of oregano and threw them on a grill, and they were fantastic. So spicy garlic is probably a go-to. If you like garlic and you like a little bit of heat, that's it right there.
You're talking about, I think it's tablitas, I think in Spanish. Kind of, is it?
I have no idea.
It's basically, it's like, yeah, I think it's what you're saying. It's beef, but it's kind of like, you know, the rib tips, but it just has just like a little bone on there.
Yeah, they basically take the short ribs and they cross cut them. So instead of cutting them long ways, so you have a nice long bone, they cross cut it, and they're about a half an inch thick, and they got, you know, 4 little bones in there. Yeah.
I could be wrong with the name, but I think when you go to the Mexican meat market, certainly up here in North Texas, it's you just ask for tablitas, and that's what you'll get. But
okay.
They're good. And then trying to think stuff off the wall, man. I mean, your stuff is really good. What all have you seen people cook with your stuff? Like, besides, your brisket, ribs, chicken, wings, is there what off the wall stuff have you or your ambassadors created that you would never think of?
I had one guy make a lemon vinaigrette dressing out of the zesty lemon. I thought that was pretty interesting. I would have never thought of making a salad dressing with it. I know that I use several of them when I use several of them with, along with your sauce when I make a barbecue shrimp cocktail. So they're definitely good flavors, and they mend well if you are mixing them in some type of sauce or dressing, which you don't typically think of when you look at a rub or a seasoning is, will it do well in a sauce or will it do well in a dressing? But they do very well with that. I saw somebody sprinkle some of the Dirty South red dirt rib rub on bologna and make a grilled bologna cheese sandwich. I thought that was kind of different. I would have never thought to season fried bologna, but hey, to each their own. And it looked pretty good. I'm actually going to give it a try because now I'm curious. I think the coolest thing I ever saw, though, is down at Clayton's Meat Market down in Portland by Corpus Christi. They have a process that they call vacuum tumbling, and they actually took the Superbird seasoning, put it in that system with pork chops, and they are probably by far the best pork chops I've ever eaten. It's like a 5-minute process, and it tastes like it's been marinated in that for days. And they sell a lot of them down there.
That's awesome. Now, when you first came across that, when they came to you with that idea, what came to your mind? Were you just excited, or was it just one of those things that your mind was blown?
Well, so I actually had the idea of putting it on pork chops because they've been pre-seasoning wings and chicken leg quarters and all kinds of stuff, right? And I jokingly tell them my goal is to take over their entire preseason case. But I told him, I was like, the Superbird's herby, so why don't you, sprinkle it on some pork chops, see what you think? And he's like, that's not a bad idea. And all of a sudden, while I was there, he just started opening pork chop packets and putting them in the vacuum tumbler with that stuff. And he's like, let's try it now. And so, but when I tasted it, I mean, I couldn't duplicate that if I wanted to at home without that. I tried vacuum sealing some pork chops with the seasoning and a little bit of water to create like a marinade, and didn't even come close. That process that he's got is just spot on. And I'm not exaggerating when I tell you it is the best pork chop I have ever eaten.
I believe it. I mean, seeing some of the pictures off of it, man, they look good. So
yeah,
if we're ever down there, certainly we'll try to stop in and get one.
Well, you should sign up for that Battle on the Bay cook-off in May. Yeah, down in Rockport.
I mean, I want to go down there, but it's kind of hard for us to plan stuff out and then something comes up.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly something we're going to eventually have to sit down and talk to the family and see when we can go back down there. I mean, the goal was we're supposed to go to cook-off this weekend, but, orders came in, and then later in March, we're going to sign up for another one, but then something else come up. So, I mean, it's like, I'm going to put those competitions on hold until I get the catering stuff lined up first.
Well, we signed up down there, so we'll be down in Rockport for May, Battle on the Bay. Even if you can't cook out there, you should come down there and hang out.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a drive for you.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that Houston drive that last month was a drive. I mean, it was fun. And then speaking of that, having someone use your product.
Yeah.
What came to your mind when you saw them place as high as they did? And what was it, ribs?
Yeah. I actually went to them and asked them if they would teach me how to cook with my own seasonings. because I haven't been able to hit that high. But they nailed it. Those guys, have been amazing support, and they figured out a way to implement our seasonings into their already awesome recipes. So I mean, it's not just our seasonings. They have a quite a mixture of good stuff. Whatever ratios they use work. But I was really excited versus to their first place ribs.
Yeah, I mean, it's always exciting when someone uses your product and wins. And then I've had it to where people tell me, "Oh, we're going to beat you with your sauce." I'm like, "Look, you can beat me all day with my sauce. If enough of y'all beat me with the sauce, then you know what? I won't have to compete again. I'll just sit there and supply y'all with it. I have no issues with it. I mean, I'm not certainly a top cook. I'm not trying to be a top cook. I'm just out there to have fun and tell people about our product. That's
I
it.
mean, that's kind of how I am. I'm competitive, but I'm by no means the caliber cook that a lot of those guys are. They do this all the time, and hats off to them. I mean, it's great. There's a lot of good teams out there, and so if you're listening, Sean, Seth, Jim, Dirty Underwear Gang, appreciate you guys. They killed it out there with those first place rib call.
Oh yeah, for sure. And there was a lot of teams out there at that one, like what I think 115 or so teams, somewhere around there.
I know it was up there. I don't remember what the final count was, but I didn't even I think we had one category make it past the third round of judging. Or no, it was eliminated at the third round of judging. So we only had one thing make it past the second round of judging, and there was 4 rounds just to get to the final table. So
yeah, I mean that's how we were. I mean, I had the chicken and ribs didn't come out of the first round. The brisket surprisingly got to the second rounds, but then it apparently didn't do very good. But I mean, with a big field, you just never know.
Yeah,
I mean, there was a lot of teams out there that were you're used to seeing getting a walk every category or in one category every cook-off, and they just sat in their seat.
Yep.
But that happens sometimes.
Yep.
That's what
It does. It does.
But and then where can people find you? Like if they want to message you about anything.
Well, I mean, you can follow us on Instagram. It's Blazin Bones Q. We're also on Facebook, Blazin Bones. I'm actually, my daughter broke me down, and I'm dabbling in TikTok. I'm not quite sure how that's supposed to work out. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I think I have 2 whole followers on there, and one of them's my wife. So that might be a dead end for me. But Instagram, Facebook are the 2 main ways of finding me. Or you can just go to our website and order any products through there. You can message us through there if you have any catering events that you're looking for. That's the best way.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you with TikTok. I mean, I'm on TikTok. I've got like I think 1,200, but I mean, it took a while to get there. Really, I mean, people who are on TikTok, the way they get followers is if you post videos about your barbecue and like just do 60-second videos and just I did this is the process, blah blah blah. Those people who can produce those 60-second videos, high quality, very entertaining, great products, get a lot of views. And then you got some that are just out there just making a fool of themselves, and they got millions of followers, and I don't know how you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm never gonna be the guy dancing with that's just not me. So I'll stick with my Instagram and Facebook and just kind of go that route.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then lastly, before we let you go, we'd just like to allow people to thank whoever they've had help them along the way or this past year, whatever. So there's anyone you want to thank for the support or whoever?
Well, I mean, there's a long list. You got time?
I mean, you want to name them all?
Yeah, no, I just want to, I want to thank, like I said, Dirty Underwear Gang, Sean, Seth, and Jim. And I want to thank Dennis Jones with Baker's Whiskey and Rub. Those guys are some competition cook teams that, decided to go ahead and allow our seasonings in their recipes. I just, the barbecue circuit really wasn't on my radar. It was more or less just looking for some endorsement, see what people thought. And they've just been fantastic. And I've got, I don't know, a whole laundry list of supporters, including you. I appreciate everything you do. I know you, in the beginning of this entire process, you reached out to me and introduced me to, some of your contacts to get on the shelves. And I had never met you until last month. So, I appreciate, having me on your show, and the partnership with the sauce and the seasonings is just awesome. So yeah, definitely. And of course I got to thank my wife, because she's going to be listening to this too. And she was real supportive in quote unquote allowing me to do something as bizarre as quit my full-time job in an economic climate such as this to pursue this. So.
Oh yeah, you gotta remember to thank the wife, because that's you're gonna be sleeping on the couch for sure.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, certainly you're welcome for all the support, and thank you for everything you've done. Like I tell people, I'm not here, and my brother's not here, to get famous. We're not here to make, $1 million. Certainly we'd love to make $1 million. Don't get us wrong, but we're out here just to grow. The barbecue community and barbecue world is a big world, and not many people know it. And at the end of the day, we're all can get a part of the pie. So certainly, if we can all grow together, you never know where it's going to take us. I'm always willing to help people. You're the same way, willing to answer any questions, whatever we got. So it's been an honor to see you grow along, as fast as you've done. We look forward to seeing what happens for you in 2020, rest of 2021 and 2022.
Yeah, it's exciting. We hit all 50 states, and we're closing in our 5,000th product sold. So we're really, really excited in the momentum we got. So.
Oh yeah, that is awesome for sure. So like I said, we'll see you down the road, and we can't wait to see what else you come up with.
I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks, Randy. Have a good one.
You too. And welcome back, everyone. This segment, we're going to talk a little bit about barbecue ribs. So we're just going to dive right into it. Of course, you can do, baby back, spare ribs, beef ribs, but this one we're just going to cover spare ribs. That's kind of one of my favorite things to do. I know certainly it's our niece Victoria's favorite thing to eat from us. She can throw down and eat a full rack by herself if she wanted to. But when I cook ribs, I like to kind of trim the back and get that little flat off. And then there's two membranes. A lot of people don't know there's two membranes. There's the membrane we all pull, and then there's the membrane that keeps the bones attached to the meat. So you just want to get that initial one off, so that way you can bite through the ribs. Some people do like the restaurant style. You won't peel the back membrane off. Because if you're in a restaurant business, you don't have time to pull every single membrane. You can't do it. That's why they cook it 5-6 hours, so that way they can basically cook through that membrane and get it. I like to season my stuff with favorite thing really right now. It's the holy garlic rub with the initial layer, and then hit it with some hot porker rub. They kind of give it a little heat, and then glaze it at the end, the last 15 minutes with some original sauce. But you can use your whatever favorite seasonings you got, whatever favorite rubs you got. Certainly if we're doing competition style, I will put some brown sugar, honey, butter, and then I'll put some of El Chingon's cherry apple in there. Just kind of give it an additional flavor, and that color is going to pop. But you don't have to glaze it at all. You can cook it, just basically throw them on the grill, throw them on the smoker, cook them up, and it's going to come out real good. Usually it takes about really 4 or 5 hours if you're cooking about 300, 325. Cooking low and slow, 225. It's going to take 6-7 hours. Uh, but I mean, just give it a try. We want to see what kind of ribs you like. What's your favorite way to cook it? So certainly, if you're listening, watching on YouTube, tag us in your favorite rib cook. Let's see it. See what you like.
What kind of rubs do you use on it? I mean, I know you've done different ones on it. You actually did one that's your sister-in-law Chelsea's favorite. You threw a Dr. Pepper ribs out there one time, but you've never done again. So I think that was a one-time. Sorry about your luck if you didn't get any. And those things got ate up fast. What's your favorite rub to put on it? I mean, I know you like using your own rubs, but I mean, besides your own rubs, what other rubs do you like on there?
Ant stuff is real good. Their pork with their AP rub's good. You can do holy garlic with their Picoso rub and their Genesis rub. Come out real good. You can do Cosmos Q Dirty Bird with some Killer Bee. That'll come out really good. Trying to think. Blazing Bones has a good. Their what is it? Their bones. Blazing Bones. Forgot the name of it. He's got a really good rub. Let me see, because I know we just talked about it. But
while you're looking that up, and you talked about your low and slow and your high. What is it when people say I've got fall off the bone ribs? I mean, are they talking? Is it overcooked? Is that good for the house? I mean, I know it's not great. You don't want that at a competition. So if you're doing competition and it falls off the bone, that's bad. But I mean, is that okay if you're making it for, let's say, just your family or something like that?
Yeah, it's good. Fall off the bone ribs are good. They're really, it's for backyard use. Restaurant style or competition style, you're not going to see those fall off the bone ribs. You're going to see that bite through rib. You take a bite and it stays on the bone. But I mean, certainly fall off the bone ribs are good. Don't get me wrong. It's just you're only traditionally going to see them, for backyard use, cooking for family, and that's pretty much where you'll see them at.
Gotcha. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, the ribs are great. Now we haven't done these in a while. What about bringing back the beef ribs? I mean, is there anything special you got to cook when you cook those? I mean, they're dang near brontosaurus sized ribs, but anything special you have to do to cook those?
No, I mean you just cook it just like you would a brisket. It's the same kind of meat. And then to go back, with those ribs, Blazing Bones it's called barbecue bones. It's a good one to use on ribs. But beef ribs, so I would use our holy garlic rub. But if you got a favorite brisket rub, you can use that as well. Because like I said, it's just like cooking a brisket. I personally peel off the membrane too, just like I would spare ribs, that back one. And then just cook it. You're going to cook it till you get tender. Shoot for about 200. If you're cooking hot and fast, closer to 205, 210. But you just want to probe it and have it, when the probe goes in, it goes in like butter.
Gotcha.
But beef ribs are good to eat.
That they are. They are very, very good on there. And of course, when you're cooking it, of course, remember to always cook with that love and passion, and you're bound to come on okay. And I know when we cook the ribs, you're right. Victoria will eat it up. They usually do not last and make it. And you were bringing it up when you were talking with Omar from El Chingon Glazes. Those little cherry peach ones you made, those were so good. I don't even think those really lasted on the way home. They were that good. So definitely experiment out there. Any kind of, like, if somebody's looking to experiment with, let's say, his glazes or something, what do you recommend? Like, do you just say go for it, or what do you do?
Yeah, just go for it. Just order whatever you like. I mean, if you're into mango, use the mango. If you're into peach, get the peach. Cherry, get the cherry. He's got apple. He's got a bunch of different flavors. They're not spicy. It's gonna have a little kick to it. I've mixed them in with our spicy sauce, and it has a nice little good kick to it. Um, you can use it with whatever sauce you want. It's gonna just enhance the flavor of it. Like I said, if you just want to use it in a wrap, it's gonna give it a great color on it, and that color is just gonna pop. But just certainly give them a shot and a try. I mean, you never know what it's gonna do for you until you try it.
Awesome. Yeah. And just kind of glancing here through Facebook, and that's kind of one thing I like to do on it, looking at some of these pictures that people have now. It's not necessarily ribs. So we'll switch a little bit to the no bull rub. I'm seeing a lot of pictures of people using it on pizzas, looks like pork chops and stuff. Just kind of go. I mean, what have people been like? What are you seeing people use that on? I used it. I know when we stayed there in the snowmageddon thing out there, we used it on just potatoes, and you kind of mixed your meat with it, and it came out really good. And even something we've been talking about. But what's some of the things you've seen people use your no bull rub on? Just kind of you're getting feedback on it.
I mean, beef, pork, chicken, pizza. It's now going to be used in the Texas brisket biscuits from Texas Brisket Biscuit Company. She's mixing that noble rub with the flour to give it an extra flavor. Um, it goes on whatever you can think of. I mean, someone's put it in I want to say red beer he had. And he said it was amazing.
Wow.
You got to use it like you would beer salt.
Oh, wow. That's different for sure. I might I don't know if I would have to try it or something one day. Definitely. But keep those coming in. Like if you use it on something and you're just like, hey, I use it here or I use it there, definitely keep those things coming in. That's stuff we want to know because we love people doing. I don't know. I've got somebody that uses the sauce on breakfast sandwiches and she'll eat up. They order just the original for her, and like you can't touch this one bottle because if there's out, she doesn't eat breakfast, she's not going to eat it. So that's just when she eats her breakfast sandwiches. So keep those things coming, keep the pictures coming in. We love it. And like I said, we love to help people out in that. And we'll definitely, like I said, I'm looking at just these pictures of this pizza on that used the noble rub. Great. I think top it off with a little original or spicy sauce on your individual slice, and I think you'd be good to go on that.
Yeah, I mean, our stuff's good on pizza. I mean, as Chris knows, he's tried our sauce on some pizza. And
Absolutely.
That pizza looked good.
The SMG barbecue chicken pizza, so I made my own with y'all's sauce, and it was awesome.
Nice.
That SMG pizza goes hard, too.
Oh, we got a guest in the room.
Yeah, that's my dog. She just woke up from a nap. So.
Of course. Of course. We better make sure she doesn't hear Eden cry because you know how she's going to get. She's going to tear this microphone up trying to get to her. But again, like I said, keep your things coming. Like I said, you have small businesses you want us to give a shout out to. By all means, let us know. We'll get them in line and we'll do it. Keep it going. Like I said, I had Marvin Blue Photography. You can check him out on Facebook or marvinbluephotography.com. I'm sure he's on Instagram and other ones, and he's in all kinds of magazines, his work as well. So if you know somebody looking for one, pass it on. Tell him Junior sent you in there, and we will he'll give you a little help on that and help you in your needs. And if he can't help you, well, good thing with these people that we talk to is that 99% of the time they're going to direct you in a way, hey, I know somebody else that can do it. To hit your budget or whatever if they can't reach it. So they're not going to just turn you away and say, oh, I can't help you, leave me alone. They're going to kind of help you as well, point you in the right direction if they can't help you. And Randy, you have one. What was the one you had?
Wickers, Texas smoked jelly. Wickers, Texas on Instagram and Facebook. He's got a lot of products. There are in several stores, so you can just go to wickerstexas.com to see where you can get it locally or just order it and he will ship it out to you. It's something different, and it's certainly give it a try and see what you think.
All right, there we go. Last day of the month. Are we so we're looking at we start in March. I can't believe it's already March coming up, man. This is ridiculous. Time is flying through. Get those orders in for next weekend. He's getting in there. Like I said, if you have orders that you want to do during the week, by all means. Do we have any kind of tips or tricks when you're out there cooking and it's been cold and rainy this weekend? What do you do to kind of help keep yourself, just keep the pit running at a certain temperature? What's kind of a tip you do on that?
Just throw more wood in the fire. I mean, there's really nothing else you can do besides just throw dry wood in there. If you got wet wood, you're gonna have to put more and then put some charcoal in there. Certainly, that's something I would recommend, especially coming off a snowmageddon. Anytime you get a snowstorm coming in or something like that, where your power may go out and it's gonna be cold. Just stock up on charcoal. I mean, you can use charcoal in your fireplace to get that heat going. If you ain't got to keep the wood or the pit up the temperature, whatever you're shooting for. Sometimes it's going to mean putting more wood on the fire instead of 2 logs. You may have to put 4 logs on, but just keep a close eye on it. Get too hot or too much smoke in there.
Absolutely, that's a good trick. That's a good little tip right there to use it in all those fails. Use it in your fireplace and something to stay warm. Definitely keep your family warm, especially during that. I know Chris lives more downtown, so he was one of the first ones to lose power on it. How did you make it through that, Chris? Like a bit like with the cold. I know you were sick.
Yeah, luckily I was close enough to, I guess, the medical city of Dallas. So we were good. We didn't lose power. So yeah, very lucky.
Awesome.
Very lucky.
It's like someone else on this show too, huh?
Yeah, we didn't lose power, but we lost heat for some reason. I don't know. It just would never get above 65 degrees in this apartment, and I had to go to my parents and kind of stay warm, keep the baby warm. But that was the meme out there that said you're going to ask your realtor when you buy a house is, do we share a power grid with the hospital? Because they can't shut down the hospitals by that. Or I guess you could do you could do an arena too, right? Do you share, because all the arenas had power, which people were throwing a fit about that, which I can understand. You got people without power, and here you are, this arena that's sucking up all this kind of power on it. So we'll see what happens with the bill when the electric bill comes out coming up.
It was like here in Princeton, the stadium was lit, but all the houses behind it didn't have power. So finally people started complaining and the city finally shut it down.
Wow.
You don't need power to stadiums when there's no one there.
There's no one there.
It was totally different. I don't know about Dallas, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
But here in Princeton, everything was shut down.
No, yeah,
post office didn't run. You couldn't get.
Yeah, my view's basically 635, and that we all know how busy that road can get. And during the whole thing, man, the lights were shut off, so it was dark out there. There wasn't a lot of cars out for days, and it was really weird. Felt like a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I bet.
We drove in and we said, oh, look, there's all these places to eat here in Frisco where we live. And we're like, no, let's go. The baby's kind of crying, so let's keep moving on. We'll get something in Princeton to eat for lunch. Boy, was that the mistake in the world. We went and there wasn't a single place. Walmart wasn't open. Whataburger wasn't open. Nothing was open. People were driving through the drive-thrus, and we saw one stopping at the place to order. And I'm like, why are you even stopping there? There's no cars out in front of the building, no lights on in the building, because you had no water, so they couldn't open. They didn't have power or whatever. So it was, when he says shut down, he really means it was shut down. I think it wasn't until the next day at noon or something like that it came back on, and then a couple Chinese restaurants opened up, and then the next day everybody kind of started opening it back up and helping.
I mean, it was shut down here until like Friday.
Yeah,
but really Saturdays when everything opened back up.
Yeah, same. Even in Dallas, I mean, there was we drove around a little bit just to kind of see, and everything was shut down. It was really weird.
Yeah, that was totally different. Then Walmart opened up on Thursday for like maybe 6, 7 hours. Then they had a pipe burst, so they had to close it down until like the following Monday or Tuesday, when they finally opened it back up. But it's the only store you could really go to was Dollar General on Friday to get anything. And when I went to lunch to try to get fish, the only place that had it was McDonald's.
Yeah, I was
they
going to
didn't have
ask you guys.
any sodas.
I know it's Lent right now. Do you guys have any favorite fish spots to hit up on those Good Fridays?
I'm telling you right now, I made the video and everybody laughed at it. We went to Texas Roadhouse on Friday, but their salmon, they have a grilled salmon. It is delicious. Now, granted, I'm going to go 9 times out of 10. I'm going to eat the steak. You eat a steak at a steakhouse. But if you're looking there, the other people want steak, you want fish. They actually have a great fish. It tastes really good. I get it with the seasoned rice and get it with the corn and stuff because their green beans do have bacon and stuff on it. But they have a really good one. And, of course, you can't go wrong with like a Red Lobster. I love going there. And
you guys don't look like you're big on the sushi.
No, I love sushi.
Oh, no, we'll throw down on some sushi.
All right, we'll throw it down, man. Nice. We throw it down. Now, I'm not going to I see one that looked like a squid was still alive on it. I'm not going to go that extreme, but it's like
I'm gonna order something besides like a California roll or like a Cajun roll or something like that. But
I've done a tuna one.
Fancy, then we'll try it.
Spicy tuna is great. I love crunchy rolls. Crunchy rolls are my favorite.
Oh my god, those are awesome. Those are really good.
Yeah, certainly around here, the Fish Shack in McKinney is a good one to go to. You can also go to like anywhere that has crawfish. Is where I'd recommend like a Papados, but that's going to be.
I wonder how that's going to work right now. Papados, that Mudbugs place over here by where I live, Randy. We'll have to give that a shot. That's here right off of 423 in Frisco, a little small spot. I'd recommend getting early. We got there one time at, I think, 4:35, and we were still in the back of the spot. And by the time we left, because they make everything to order, so it's going to take a while to get your food, but they're from Louisiana. They get their stuff from Louisiana. They come out and talk to you. The owner did, and he's got that accent where you can barely understand a word he said, but it was delicious. It was worth the 30. I think we waited 30 minutes for the food. It was definitely worth it. And there was a line out the door, wrapped, people just waiting to take out or order. So we'll have to give that a shot here during Lent, like I said. And if you know any other spots, let us know. I know, Chris, what's your favorite? I know you've got a couple that you throw down at.
Yeah, I honestly just started getting into more seafood, like I guess in the last 5 to 10 years. We do a lot of cooking at home. We love to cook Asian, so we do a lot of stir fries, stuff like that. But shrimp, any shrimp, I'm all about. So you got shrimp at your restaurant, I'm there. I'm having a good time. That's why I was saying, man, like we definitely got to try Korean barbecue, guys. I think you'd love it. It's awesome. You just basically get some raw meats that they bring to your table, and they have like a little grill on your table, and you grill everything right there in front of you and eat it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, we'll have to give that a shot. Definitely, for sure. And then there's some, I don't know. Let's see. There's plenty of fish places. Like I said, it's just it's good to have. Good for the heart every now and then, trying to change it up. But yeah, it still hurt my soul a little bit to go to Texas Roadhouse and not be able to get a steak. But definitely, if you're there and you want to try fish, definitely try their salmon. It was it was really good.
I wouldn't have went. Thought you were going somewhere else.
It was at our Olive Garden, and it was like I'm really kind of hindered down, and the line's going to be forever. So, okay, we'll go. So it was a date night. Let me help her out. We don't get too many of them with the baby and stuff. So when you get somebody that's willing to watch it overnight, we want to make it a little special. So
absolutely,
yeah. She's a pain in the butt when it comes to overnight.
What are you talking about? You slept fine and she was there. She slept actually did really well, but she's getting there big. She's talking now, so she'll wake you up. Just wants to talk to you at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. She's telling you to feed her. She wants that big Salinas sauce already, but she can't have it. Not yet. Well, we'll put it in a bottle for her or something. You better try it out. Here's once you get some teeth in. But all right, so we've had a good show, great show, a lot of great guests on there. Be sure to check them out on all their social media sites. Check us out on there. We will promote them. Again, if you know small business and want to give a small business shout out during that time, let us know. If you have one in particular, like I said, any places that can help or any places that you just want to share in general, by all means, tag us in it on our social media outlets, and we will definitely get there. Check us out on all our social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or of course, TikTok now coming out. And then go check us out. And then, of course, this podcast and any other podcast you want to catch up on it, go anywhere podcasts are available, wherever you get yours, we will be there. And check us out and the rest of the Good Vibes Network that are out there. Of course, Chris is doing a great job with other ones as well. So shout out to him, and we tip our hat to our mad scientist right there behind the scenes producing this up. Randy, any last thoughts, final thoughts?
Nope. Just thank you to our sponsors, Holy Smoke Spice Company, Brothers Keepers Drum Smokers, Mad Cow Cutlery, ThermoPro. Be sure to, like you said, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. Stay up to date on our latest giveaways. Stay up to date on our specials. YouTube channel, we're going to start doing product reviews. So be sure to check that out, as I did do a little review of the Texas brisket biscuits, like I mentioned earlier in the episode. So check that out. We'll just start doing product reviews. I mean, if you got a product you want us to review, be sure just to send an email or just message us on one of the social sites, and we will get in contact with you about it. And of course, we're going to give you an honest review, whether we liked it, didn't like it, what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it. And just give you that shout out. I mean, every good feedback is good feedback. And it helps us grow. And of course, you be sure to give our barbecue sauce and our rubs a try. Let us know what you're picking up. We love to see it, and we will share it out so everybody else can see it. If you got a recipe with our products, let us know, and we'll post that on our website. Of course, BigSalinsBarbecue.com. For it, order it. We'll get that shipped out to you fast and very, very quickly. We'll get it. Usually within 2-3 days, depending on shipping. Of course, big flavor, big taste, Big Salinas.
All right, and like I said, we always say just be safe out there. We're throwing up the hook 'em again for hook 'em against COVID. Everybody that's ever had something that had it and made it, and again, those that unfortunately have lost their lives for it, and people that affected for it. So we tip our hat to you. Our thoughts and prayers do go out to them, especially that family that's dealing with it, and all the people at Leadership Prep. And then I know we had some other family members that passed from it. So you're always in our thoughts and prayers. We're always there for you. If you need anything, catering needs, by all means, help us out. Even if you don't want barbecue, you want fajitas, you want something else cooked, but you want us to throw it down and cook, let us know. Ain't nothing we can't cook. We won't cook. We won't try. And of course, always cook with love and always cook with confidence. And we will always see you right down the road.
Levels are big, healthy, husky, fluffy, and damn. People ask, what could be bigger than damn?
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.